All right, I'm going to check these things out, give these things a quick review. I got these headlights for my GMC Denali Yukon 2011. I think these span like 2007 to 2014. And they got black coloring rather than the kind of the silver. They look pretty good. They come with this plastic here, and then over here, they came wrapped up in this foam. They were pretty tight and wrapped, so pretty good wrapping, pretty good boxing so that they don't break or anything like that, because you know, this is that plastic stuff. Right now, they look like the right fit, so I'm gonna take them out and install them and see how they look, but they come with this plastic thing here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off while we're looking, or while I'm videoing, so we can get a good look of what this looks like. So, off that goes. So man, there we go. Looks pretty good. I like that little black look to it. Looks like the right fit, so we'll go give it a go. All right, to be able to take these things out and install a new one, I'm gonna go through real quick what you need to do. Pop this thing out and then go swap in the new one. So what I gotta do is, I got myself some kind of socket or wrench. I got this thing, it kind of works, it's nice. 10 millimeter and 7 millimeter. You probably don't need this 7, but it's nice to have. So what you want to do is take off this bolt and this bolt right here. This is what's holding this light in. And then you want to loosen and take out this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Hey, Dick. That was my neighbor. So I want to take all those out so that this grill can move forward, and then I can pop this and slip it out, and I'll get to that point. You could undo this 7 millimeter one, but really all that does is separate this from this. It's not 100% necessary, but if you need to do it, feel free. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all those bolts out. Pretty dang easy to do. I'll just do one here while I'm filming, one-handed. Just kind of screw them out, boom. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set the bolts aside. It's good to have a dish or something that you can put them in so you don't lose them. I'm just gonna put them down there right on my little mini toolbox. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I got the bolts out, which is really, really easy to do. Took these two bolts out here, so now you got a little bit of sloppy play up here. This isn't done yet. We took out the bolts here, 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 and here. So now the grill can kind of move, as you can see. So that way, when I get this thing detached, I can pull it out. If that does line up and fit, then we're gonna come over here and take this bolt out and this bolt out. But we have to do one more thing in order to detach that, and that's come around here and go down under here, under the wheel well. And what you're gonna see is a little bolt here, and then these little clips. And so what I have is this little clip tool, and that's gonna come in here and it's gonna flip in there, and I'm gonna pop these out, and I'm gonna take that bolt out, and then I'm gonna be able to get behind and get to this one more bolt that is holding the back side of the headlight in so that I can pop it out. I'm gonna pop these things out, and then I'll come back on and show you guys what I've done. Okay, here we are underneath the wheel well, and you can see that bolt right there. Right there, that's holding the bottom part of the headlight in. I'm gonna reach up there with a 10 millimeter and loosen it up. You can kind of see that I loosened up a little bit. You don't have to take it all the way out, just loosen it up, and it's gonna, the little plastic piece is gonna slide right out. All right, so now that we have all the bolts taken out, these two up here, and the one that's kind of like back in here, all we have to do is pop this thing. You're gonna hear a pop. That's gonna release a couple of plastic clips, and then you can kind of pull it right on out of here. So, okay, you hear that pop? That's the pop that I wanted to hear. Now what I have to do is pull this thing out and slip it out, and I may have to pull this forward while doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It kind of requires two hands, makes it a lot easier. There's really nothing that video is gonna show you that you're not gonna be able to do on your own at this point. Is just kind of grab it and kind of move it out as a puzzle piece. There are gonna be the light bulbs that are kind of plugged into some harnesses, so be careful you don't just yank the thing out. Pull it out slowly, get it out, and then take the harnesses out. And I'll get to that point here in a sec. All right, I got the old one out, and here's the new one getting ready. I just did a quick comparison, and honestly, they look like they line up just about perfect. That's that kind of U-clip that's there, and has that one here. And then this bolt and this bolt clip, and it looks like kind of the same here. And then, of course, bing, 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 and bing, bing, bing. So I'm going to go ahead and keep these bulbs in because these were not aftermarket. But I did go ahead and take this bulb out. It's a halogen bulb right here. Do not touch the glass of the halogen bulb. And I set it aside. You never know, maybe I'll need it later. But I took that out and I'm going to put my other one in because it's that aftermarket one. So that'll fit in. And here's the clip for that. And then everything should fit in beautifully. So let's go to town. Okay, now we're back out at the truck, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the harness, the clip into here, and I'm going to put the light bulb into here. So this is this guy, and it's going to want to fit right into there, and then this is going to go right into there. It should be pretty easy to do it, but I want to have two hands, so really it's just like plugging in something into the light or in the wall, and this is just put it in and twist. Really, really simple. I don't think you need me to show you how to do that. All right, so we got it in. So we got the light bulb twisted in, and we got that harness in. It's got a little clip that holds it on there, so you got to kind of keep this in. So now what I'm going to do is this guy right here needs to be behind that bolt there, and so I'm probably going to need two hands here in a bit. But what you want to do is get that behind there and then line up your clips into the holes, that hole there and the hole right here. And so once you kind of get those lined up, you're just going to slide that piece in and it should fit just fine. You just kind of want to finagle it. Remember, this goes on this side of the clip there, on the other side. That way it could slip in between that and the bolt. All right, we got this guy in. It was pretty easy to get in. Once you have the clips lined up and then that kind of U-clip lined up and slid in, it just kind of fits right in. You can hear my neighbors over there. I like to keep that bolt that's down in here. I keep it kind of loose, not all the way out, but loose so that it slips in quite easy. And really it just slides right in. Now that I have it slid in and it's in place, and again, looks pretty good. I like that black color so far. Now all I have to do is take the bolts and put them right in. And I have a flannel on, as you can see, and it has a nice chest pocket, so I can just grab them and then go ahead and stick this one in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then I'm going to come over to the wheel well, tighten that bolt back up, and put the wheel well shield back in. All right, it's in and bolted in. So I went ahead and bolted this one in and bolted this one in and tightened it in. And I'm going to scoot back around. And I went ahead and put the shield back up. Remember to bolt the one that's in here. So reach back around, tighten that one up. Don't over tighten because it's plastic, but you know, get it nice and snug because you don't want that thing to slip out either. And then put the bolts on and the clips on. So this one is in, and right off the bat, I mean, it looks pretty good. Now, what I did notice is this right here, a little bit of a gap. Like I can stick my finger in there a little bit of a gap compared to the factory, which is, you know, almost like perfect, right? But in all reality, I'm not really paying attention to that. I don't see that. It's very practically non-noticeable. So I think it's okay. A little bit of a gap, not an absolute perfect fit. I'm going to come over here and pretty much do the exact same thing I did over there, but over here. Bolt off, come back down around here, take that off, pull this out and swap it out. And then once I get that one in, we'll put those bolts in and it should be finished. Okay, got the driver's side in, went in pretty easy, just like the other one, slipped right in. I'm going to go ahead and put this bolt back in, this bolt back in, and I'm going to go then back around, tighten up that guy bolt here, and then put the shield back in, and then we should be good to go. And then once I get that done, I'll come in and bolt these bad boys back in without tightening anything in. I'm seeing a slightly different fit. It almost fits even better on this side. So it may not necessarily be the shape of the headlight so much as, you know, just how the bumper's hanging or something like that. But it looks really, really good. Before I tightened everything down, I did go in and check to make sure, turn my headlights on, turn signals on, everything was working. And I'll come back out here tonight, make sure it looks good in the dark too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and bolt everything in, and we should wrap this up. All right, everything's done, buttoned up. I put all the bolts in, close the hood. Everything looks really good. I really like the black look. It looks pretty slick. I like it a little bit better than that silver stuff that came stock. The fit on the driver's side is a lot better. It's almost like perfect, whereas the fit on the driver's side is just a little off. But what that tells me is it might have more to do with maybe the bumper and shifting and things like that, and less to do with the actual headlights. So the fit's really good. It fits a 2011 Denali just fine, and probably any of those others that are kind of the same body style. I did turn it on. Everything turned on, signals worked, everything's great. I'll come out tonight, see what it looks like later in the evening when it's dark. But otherwise, pretty happy so far. Easy installation, took a little bit of time. You got to kind of know what you're doing, but if you follow the steps, pretty simple. All right, I came out here at night to kind of give a look of what it looks like at nighttime, and also to show you guys how, even with the remote, all the things are working, everything's working just fine. So go ahead and hit unlock. You see the lights turn on and kind of flash and whatnot. Looks really good, both lights are on. Really has a cool look, that black look to it. And then if I lock the doors, you'll see that they'll do their flash and then shut off. So everything's working just as it should, just like the factory. And it fits good and looks good even at night when the lights are on.